Welcome to our Nini SR channel.
I know. Yeah, I know. I know you can hear people think. I know you can't hear others when you touch me. I even know you can't hear mine. I know it's since we have been children. And I even know why you're here. If you weren't a brat and didn't go to that beach that night, you wouldn't be here with me. You don't have to be here with me. It doesn't have to be your happiest day. If I hadn't followed you to that beach that day, I wouldn't have to be here with you. We both don't have to be selfish to use for our own problems. As always, you are still awkward around people. I can see that you are trying to get close to me. You are trying to get to know me. I let my head lie on the table as I looked at his sleeping face. You should have been a good boy and slept inside that day. I shouldn't have been following you that day. I whispered to him as I let my hand brush his hair as I felt his pitch black hair. He still looks good like we met last time when we were 20. I let my hand touch his hair, his cheeks, and his nose. I stopped my fingers before touching his lips. I stood up and looked at my fingers that tried to touch his lips. I shouldn't have made that same mistake. I should never start a thing that only ends with pain. I looked at his peaceful face. I took his glass from his hand and I put his hand on my shoulder and held him against me as I took him to his couch. I let him lay on his couch and place a pillow below his head. He slightly opened his eyes, looked at me for a few seconds and muttered something as he went back to his sleep. I got up and went to the kitchen island to clean up. I got some water to drink and went to get the remote control to close the curtains. I got back to my house after checking on him, only to see the darkness in my house. Just 5 minutes ago, I was happy in a colorful place, but now, even if I switch on every single light in my house, I feel darkness. I took a shower and changed into pajamas as I lay on bed. I looked at the inside hem of my shirt, and it was written yellow and black. Sigh. But I can only see gray. I picked up my phone from the nightstand. I scrolled through my messages only to see 200 unread messages in my friends group. We just texted this morning. I opened to read the message. It's only a 5-person group, but every day there might be at least 300 messages sent by this group. Most of them are pictures of Brigitta's 2 beautiful angels. Yes, she's the only person who got married last year and adopted 2 beautiful girls. She's the only mature among them, so we all call her Mom. Our immature hunter always asks for our angel's pic. When she sends pics, that will be our home screen till we get our next pic. I downloaded all 10 pics and chose one pic and set it up as a home screen and replied to Hunter where he asked me where I was. I locked my phone and unlocked it and saw that picture and, again, locked and unlocked and saw the picture. I keep repeating on looking at that picture as I caress my scar on my abdominal. I hate this feeling. I know I shouldn't feel like that. I put my phone on the nightstand and lay on my stomach to try to get sleep. I woke up by the sound of my phone ringing. I took my phone and looked at the caller ID. It was my resort assistant. Yes, I have an assistant for managing these beach house resorts. At first, I thought I could manage it on my own. But within 3 days, I appointed him. I picked up the call. My assistant informed me that we had got new guests in houses 2 and 3 in 2 days, and for house 1 we got booked for next week, and he booked house cleaning tomorrow for houses 1 and 2. I thanked him for everything and let him know I had got back, and I cut the call. Because of yesterday's apologizing drunk party, I woke up with headaches. As always, I send a good morning message to Magic. I save Nev as Magic. That's what his mother calls him. Whenever I went to their house after that incident, his father never let me near Nevin's room. He thinks I'm the reason he got his power. But only his mother and me and my mother know the truth. They also know, because of him, I lost something that was important to me. So, his mother always takes care of me. She always let me see him from a distance. Because of his temper, I can't get near to him. If anyone gets close to him, he shouts at them. He got angry at me once when I went to his room without knowing he couldn't hear my thoughts, so I was watching him from a distance.
When the Loxley family moved next door to the Nevin family, Nevin's mother and Loxley's mother got close to each other. They become like sisters. They always tried to get their families close. So, they made their children attend the same school and make them friends. After Loxley and Nevin celebrated their 10th birthday, both families went to Hawaii for vacation. They spend their week at a beach house. Before last night, families planned to camp near the beach for the night. So, they set up tents and enjoy their time talking, eating, and playing around. That night, little Nevin didn't get to sleep because he lost his Mr. Mickey doll at the park that afternoon. He always sleeps with his Mr. Mickey. He got off from his tent sobbing, looking for his Mr. Mickey. On the other hand, little Loxley blames herself for Mr. Mickey lost. She thought if Nev didn't place Mr. Mickey on the bench to play with her, he wouldn't lose his Mr. Mickey. She didn't sleep a wink because of her thoughts. When she heard a sobbing voice of Nev from outside, she got up from her sister's hold and went outside to look for him. Little Nev keeps crying as he looks at the ground walking near the waves. Loxley kept calling Nevin's name as she followed him. When Loxley saw that Nevin had walked into the waves, she sped up and went to him. As she got near, she held up his hand and let him out of the waves. But the waves are getting stronger and higher. They both get stuck in waves. They both didn't know what to do, but they kept screaming for help as much as they could. They both didn't know when they would get help. When Nevin became conscious, he was in the hospital surrounded by his family, doctors, nurses. He kept crying as he shook his head to cover his ear. Nobody knows why he behaves like that. After he went through a week full of check ups, they concluded that he heard what people thought. So Nevin's family take him to their house and let him stay in his room. Other than his mother, no one was allowed into his room. Nevin's father blamed Loxley's family for Nevin's situation, but he didn't know about Loxley's problem. It took a month for Loxley to get back to her home. She doesn't want to go out of her own room. She only let her sister in the room. She had isolated herself in her room. Her mother and Hensley tried everything to get her out. After 2 weeks, she started to roam in her house. She refused to go out of her home. Hensley started to notice that she was sitting on the swing in their garden, looking up at something, not just something. She was looking at Nevin standing on his balcony. When Hensley asked Loxley about that, she said that she saw him in color. Loxley's mother told Nevin's mother about that, then they told their husbands they were taking their children to hospital for a checkup. Loxley's mother explained the situation to doctors. They did some experiments and let Loxley and Nevin in the same room to check their activities. Then they conclude that, when they are together, Nevin can't hear people's things and Loxley gets to see the things she can't see. Only Loxley, Loxley's family, Nevin's mother, and doctors know about Loxley's condition, achromatopsia. People say when someone gains something, they lose something. Here Nevin gets the power of hearing people's thoughts. But Loxley lost something that was important to her dream. She couldn't see colors. Loxley has always wanted to be an artist since she was a child. Now, with this color sight lost, she became devastated. But she can see colors when she is with Nevin. She can see every color in Nevin. When she touches him, she can see every color around her. But Nevin didn't know about Loxley's situation. Even during the doctor's checkup he kept his eyes closed as he sat in the corner. When both mothers got their conclusion, they planned to inform their families at Hensley's birthday party. They plan everything like how to tell everything to their husbands. But their plans are shattered into pieces when Nevin breaks the darkest secret of Loxley's mother in front of everyone, so they have to cancel the party. Within a week, Loxley's family moved out.